Get out of here, man. Just had my lunch. I was hungry. Ugh. You know, I want to talk about the topic real quick because a lot of motherfuckers, and they love to work and have a job and um let's put it this way, man. Hold on one second. Let's put it this way. Um, Most people will work until they. Oh shit. My bad. Most people will work until they drop. They'll never be able to retire. Um, they'll never be able to take extra long vacations. You know, that's why rich people live so goddamn long because they're not working like a goddamn slave their whole entire life. You know, they can afford the best doctors. They can go at the beat of their own drum. They can go at the beat of their own drum. They're not following orders. They're not taking orders. They're their own person, man. And they don't have their destiny in somebody else's hands. You feel what I'm saying? So the key is to escape the matrix without escaping the matrix. You feel what I'm saying? Most people will work until they drop. They'll never be able to buy land. They'll never be able to buy a house. They'll never be able to buy a brand new car. Like I said, the harder you work throughout life, the shorter your life is going to be. The reason why men die earlier, man, is because we work so goddamn hard throughout the years. You know, competing in this rat race. You know? The harder you work, the sooner you'll see the graveyard, man. Guarantee that. You don't want to work your whole entire life, man. You want to take it easy your whole entire life. Fuck working, bro. Fuck having a job that don't pay shit. You feel what I'm saying? Fuck working. Fuck the job, nigga. They just want you to stay in that loophole anyway. It ain't nothing but a hamster wheel. You feel what I'm saying? Because they don't pay you enough to get ahead. Nah, man, fuck working. If you find a way that you don't have to work, do it. If you find a way where you like can relax your whole entire life and get up whenever you feel like it, do it. You feel what I'm saying? Don't listen to what people say, oh, you gotta have a job, you gotta, nah. Look, when a woman find a bag, a man with a bag, her working days are over. She can go on endless vacations and have fun her whole entire life. That's why a lot of women gravitate toward men with the bag, man. They don't have to work. They can go on a vacation and relax in the sun. Long vacations too, exotic vacations. Cause the man pocket is deep. He ain't no slave to no corporate office or, you know, the man make up his own rules. The man make up his own rules, go at the rhythm of his own drum, the beat of his own drum. You know what I'm saying? Fuck taking orders. Fuck having a job that don't go nowhere. Fuck a job that is gonna give you a very little pension at the end of your fucking life. Okay? The last quarter of your life gonna give you a $3,000 pension a month, or a retirement check that's $300 or $3,000. I mean, $3,000 or $4,000. And I hear people all the time, and this shit never quits, bro. I hear people all the time, you know, I hear people all the time say, my pension is not keeping up with the cost of living, or my retirement check is not keeping up with the cost of living. I gotta move overseas now. I gotta take my retirement check overseas. That's why you see so many retirees in Thailand, or in the Philippines, or in Cambodia, or even in Brazil, because the dollar is gonna go further. See, they put their destiny in somebody else's hands. You see what I'm saying? And you don't want to, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You don't want to put your destiny into somebody else's hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you don't like my channel? Get the fuck off my channel, bitch. You little fucking bitch. Hey, where my moderators at? Kick that little bitch out. Get this little raggedy bitch out of my fucking face. She probably one of them drones that want to work for her rest of her life. You feel what I'm saying? You don't like my fucking channel? Get the fuck off, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. Suck a mean dick, you raggedy bitch. Suck a mean dick. You know? Get the fuck out of here. Get this little bitch, moderators, get this little hoe out of here. Little fucking raggedy hoe. You stomp down tramp. That's a female? Yup, get the fuck out of here. Okay, let me make you a moderator real quick. Get this raggedy drone bitch up out of here. I gotta have more moderators, because you a drone, just like everybody else that's out here, bruh. You a slave to the system. They got you on a hamster wheel. You'll never get ahead. Motherfuckers want to be rich and not want to work for somebody else. Why do you want to be like a drone for the rest of your life? It's better off to be rich and don't have to take nobody's shit. What they call it, fuck you money? You know, I appreciate it, bro. Thank you, man. You know, appreciate it. Got her out of here. She probably one of them motherfuckers that's gonna be working for life. Like, you don't want to work for your whole entire life, bro. You feel what I'm saying? At one point, you want to be well off or rich and not being tied down to the system that's designed to keep you tied down. This system is designed to keep you from getting rich. It's designed to keep you poor. It's designed to keep you working. Some people will never ever get to retire. But they got these companies got you working like a goddamn workhorse. You're gonna have a short lifespan, bruh. Putting all these hours in these fucking jobs that really don't like lead to anywhere, really. You feel what I'm saying? But I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Pro Style, yeah, that's the name. I appreciate it, Pro Style. You know, it's like, man, this lady gonna come in here and call me ignorant for like speaking the facts. It's like this system is designed to keep you in it, and the smartest and the strongest, only the smartest and the strongest gonna fucking make it out. So once I hit my jackpot, I'm gone. Once I hit it big, I'm gone. I hit one jackpot, I'm gonna win another one. But I'm gonna tell you straight up, this system is built to keep you working, bro. You're not supposed to be owning stuff. They don't want you to own stuff. They want you to be employee. You know? And being an employee, man, you'll be, bro, you'll be working until you die, bro. You'll never be able to get ahead. You know? You'll always be a slave to the system, man. You know? Why people ask me, why don't you get a job? Get a job for what? I have had bad experiences with jobs as a black man. What they want to do is try to fire you all the time. I don't have to worry about that. I done had experiences where I got fired just because I was a black man. I don't have to worry about that no more. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to worry about struggling all the time your whole entire life. That's what I'm trying to say, man. If you're trying to become whoever you want to become, you know, you chasing the bag, get it. Get the bag, man. Fuck going to work, clocking in all the time, bro. You don't want to work. You want to lay in the sun, bro, and enjoy your life, bro. Dance, party. You know what I'm saying? Go to Mexico, you know, and have a luxury vacation, bro. You know what I'm saying? See the world, travel. You don't be tied down to no job that's going to only give you 2 weeks out of the year to have a vacation, and then it's back to the work. Man, there's ways around that. A lot of men have found ways around the system, bro. They became millionaires and billionaires. You know, this one billionaire, I kid you not. Hold on 1 second. I kid you not. He said, what'd he say? He said, man, I became a billionaire because I don't like people telling me what to do. It was just that simple. He was like, I don't like being told what to do, so I became a billionaire. You feel what I'm saying? I don't like being told what to do, so I became a billionaire. And he's a billionaire now, bro. I think it's here on YouTube, that video, bro, of this one billionaire saying, like, I didn't like people telling me what to do. I wasn't built for that. Some people are not built to stay inside the system, bro. A lot of motherfuckers have made it out. When you look at celebrities and stuff like that, they made it out. They became rich, successful, bro. You know what I'm saying? How am I ignorant? How am I ignorant by telling people that you could get around the system and become your own boss when not people telling you what to do all the time? There are people that have made it out. Look at the people out there, man. They ain't got answer to nobody. You free, man. You know, you free. Working a job that leads to nowhere. Working at In-N-Out Burger, and working DoorDash. All these hamster wheel jobs that keep you working for years at a time, and you never get to have any vacation. You don't get to get out and enjoy yourself. You are tied down to a job. You feel what I'm saying? You are tied down to a job. And let me tell you, that pension ain't gonna be shit at the end of your life, man. In the last quarter of your life, when you get that pension, when you turn 60, it ain't gonna be shit. That retirement check that you worked your whole entire life for, man, it ain't gonna be shit. It ain't like you getting $10,000 a month. A lot of retirement checks are like $3,000 a month, bro, at the most. That's not gonna keep up with the cost of living. I'm telling you, I done heard so many people complain about their retirement checks not being able to keep up with the cost of living, so they go overseas, where their retirement checks can go further. You feel what I'm saying? Out here, it ain't shit. $3,000 a month, bro. That ain't shit, bro. You barely paying bills. There was this one girl say that inflation hurt her retirement. I was watching this shit here on YouTube, and she was like, this inflation has hurt my retirement. I gotta work. For real. No bullshit, no lie. I gotta work a part-time job to make ends meet. I'm supposed to be retired. She was like, I worked my whole entire life for this. That's what she said, bro. I mean, you can probably find that shit here on YouTube. You can type it in or something, and she'll tell you straight up, like, I worked my whole entire life to be still struggling, not keeping up with the cost of living. I'm supposed to be enjoying the last quarter of my life, not working. Nah, last quarter of your life, bro, you want to be vacationing, you want to see the world, you want to fuck bad bitches, you want to party, you know what I'm saying, and live good without any, oh, I gotta go clock in, I gotta go, like, fuck clocking in, nigga. You go at the, you go at the rhythm of your own drum, bruh. Like, you go at the beat of your own drum. I do as I please by myself. I don't like being told what to do, just like the billionaire said. He said, I became a billionaire because it was just like, I couldn't stand getting told what to do by other people that look like me, a human being. You got other human beings telling you to do this, telling you to do that. When to wake up. You know what I'm saying? When to come to work, when to leave work. Clock in, clock out. Clock in, clock out. And some people, they love to do that shit, bruh. I'm surprised, like, damn, like, you don't want to go on vacation, you don't want to get the bag, you don't want to become rich. Some people, they love to be in the matrix, bruh. They love to be out here working for the rest of their life. They enjoy working. I'm like, nigga, how do you just, man, you a dummy. If anything, if the people who enjoy working, they ignorant, man. Fuck working, bruh. Because you ain't really getting nowhere. Now, if you working and you actually getting somewhere, you know, saving money, investing money, yeah, I can see that. But really, a lot of these guys out here, they own these hamster wheel jobs, ain't really going anywhere. And I'm gonna make, you know, DoorDash, Uber, and all these other hamster wheel jobs, I'm gonna make them as a prime example, man, because, you know, they're a prime example of what I'm talking about. You're not really making no money. You're not really saving. You're not investing. You're basically living paycheck to paycheck, and you think that's the shit. Man, you'll be working until you drop. I mean, you'll be working until you drop. You won't never get off that hamster wheel. They're gonna keep you on that hamster wheel, and they're gonna have you with that whip. They're gonna hit your ass with that fucking goddamn whip. Give me my motherfucking money, bitch, right now. Get out there. They pimping you, bro. This society's pimping you. They're like pimps and shit. Cause they pay you just enough to get by. They don't pay you enough to save a gang of money, bro. How many niggas got $10,000 or even 20 grand saved working those goddamn hamster wheel jobs, bro? You got $20,000, you got $30,000 saved. How many niggas got that? You got 100 grand saved, put away, you know, for your retirement. A lot of motherfuckers ain't got that, bro. I seen niggas receipts though, bro, over there by banks and stuff. Back when I was like, I had a bank account and shit like that, and I used to look at receipts in an upscale part of town. And I used to turn the receipt over because it'd be on the ground. And I used to return the receipt over and see if this guy was balling. A lot of these motherfuckers only got like 2 grand saved, bro. My ex-girlfriend, one time I looked at her notification at Bank of America because I was being jealous and I was, you know, checking her phone, trying to see if she got, you know, other dudes and stuff she talking to. So I ran across a notification from Bank of America. Man, that thing said you got $2,000 in your savings and you got a few hundred dollars out, few hundred dollars in your check-ins. You know what I'm saying? A few $1,000s. She had $2 grand put away, bro. And this bro made about $150,000 a year, and she only had $2 grand in her bank account. She'll be working forever, bro. You know what I'm saying? She'll be working until she drops. She'll never get off the hamster wheel. She'll never be able to vacation whenever she wants to. You want to get to a point in your life where, you know, you want to get into a point in your life where you can vacation whenever you want to, whenever you feel like it. If I want to go to Paris right now, I go to Paris. If I want to go to Brazil right now, I go to Brazil. I don't have to talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to I don't be chained to no goddamn job. A lot of these motherfuckers ain't even got vacation time yet. I talked to this one guy over there at Starbucks. He chained to that job. He's a slave, bro. Barely surviving too. He barely surviving. He's staying with a friend, man. Can't afford a place of his own. Feel what I'm saying? You know. They gotta get Barbara up out of here or whatever her name is. She's totally ignorant. My moderators are here. You know what I'm saying? My moderators is watching. But remember that. You come in here trolling, you gonna meet the door. And motherfuckers, they can't stand for you to talk like this because they want you to stay in the matrix too, bro. They want you to be chained to a job because they're chained to a job. And they'll never get off that hamster wheel. Guarantee a lot of motherfuckers ain't got 10 grand saved up, bro. You know what I'm saying? These fucking jobs keep you up in the loop. It's a hamster wheel job, bro, where you just running in one spot and never getting anywhere. The years are going by, you getting older, you ain't got no money saved. You probably only, if anything, you got like a few grand. Like my ex-girlfriend, she only had a few $1,000s saved. She was making $150,000 a year, bro. I saw the notification. I was like, I thought she had more than that. I thought she at least had like $10,000 saved. Nope, only a few $1,000s in their savings. Feel what I'm saying? Even at $150K a year, bro, you still on the hamster wheel. That's nothing. $150K a year, that ain't nothing. You know, a lot of motherfuckers, they don't like when I talk like this because it hurts their feelings because they got a job that's slaving them into the ground, okay? They got a job that's slaving them into the ground. They're not gonna be able to get out of that. They change to their job for good. And they'll hit an old age and they'll probably get that pension or that retirement check and be like, God damn, this is all what I worked for my whole entire life. I'm like, man, you could have got more money than that. You depending on a job to give you a retirement in the last quarter of your life. You depending on them to save you. And then when they save you, and they ain't gonna save you good because you're gonna complain like, God damn, I only got like $3,000, $4,000 a month. Like, I'm barely keeping up. I gotta work. I still gotta work. And I'm like 60 something and I'm supposed to be retired. You feel what I'm saying? Man, you put your destiny into somebody's hands, man. Get Barbara out of here. I got her. Because these motherfuckers are ignorant, man. They're not open to like getting out of the matrix and seeing the world and being their own boss. They don't want to do that. They want to be slaves. They want to be somebody's puppet, bruh. You know what I'm saying? They want to be somebody's somebody's bitch. They want to be somebody's bitch. They're getting pimped, bruh. That's what you do. That's what's happening. It's built and designed to keep you here, man, struggling for the rest of your life. You see what I'm saying? You know, it's built to keep you here. I'm giving these birds some of this bread stick. I like to feed the birds from time to time, like seagulls and shit. And they gonna all come around. If one come around and he starts circling you, he's warning the others that there's food over here. And they see me all the time. They be following me and shit. Cause I be feeding them. But anyway, yeah, you'll be out here working for life. You know, some people would never get to be rich because they don't know how to break the cycle. They don't know how to break, you know, that hamster wheel that they got on. You feel what I'm saying? They don't know how to do that. But I say, man, the best thing you can do to get off the hamster wheel, you have to take risks, man. You got to do stuff that you're very uncomfortable doing. Like save money and never go out, or get you a tent and save money. You feel what I'm saying? You know, get you you might have to live in a tent for a little bit. I mean, I done heard stories of like that. Motherfuckers, they said they got tired of like the rent was taking them down up under, man. So what they did was they got a van to live in, or a mobile home or something to live in, or they just did it like I'm doing, basically with a sleeping bag on the ground, and said, fuck it, man, fuck society, man. It's born to keep me here. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, it's built to keep me here. It's built to keep you isolated. The only way you can get out, man, is to save as much money and invest it as you can. Because if you can't save money, you can't invest it. And you'll be living paycheck to paycheck for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? You know, you'll be living for the rest of your life. Just struggling. Can't get away. Can't get out. Some people don't like what I'm saying because they believe in staying inside the rat race, man. Or being a slave, somebody else's slave. When you are working for crumbs, bro, and never get anywhere, bro, you are a slave. There you go, guys. That's all I got for today. God damn, this shit just blew up. I like to feed the birds every now and then, man. It makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna get bad bitches, bro, and you working a regular job? Like, we talking about get the bag all the time, get the bag, because the bag gonna help us get bad bitches and shit like that, and help us live good and don't be living hard and shit. That's what the bag is about. It's not living hard anymore. And I don't have to work your job. I don't have to show up for work. You know what I mean? What most people do when they hit the lottery? They quit their job, bro. You know what I'm saying? They can now say, fuck you. I don't have to work for your company anymore. You feel what I'm saying? You know, I don't have to do as you say. I quit. And they can afford to because they done hit the lottery. You only stick with your job because you need to, and you have to. You have to pay your bills. You gotta wake up in the morning and go clock in, or you'll get fired. You feel what I'm saying? That's called having your destiny in somebody else's hands. Like, this person can press the fire button on you anytime. Like this one brother, I think he's mixed though. He looked like he's like a quarter black in him a while back, man. He got fired from Starbucks. He's one of the employees of the Starbucks that I go to. He got fired. You know what I'm saying? He said they fired him for some stupid stuff. He said he did some worse things than what he did to get fired, and then for that, because he got his destiny in somebody else's hands. They can get rid of your ass, man. The key is to work for them for a little bit, save as much money as you can, hit a jackpot or invest your money into something so you won't be working, for these motherfuckers for the rest of your life, man. You're not supposed to be working your whole entire life with these jobs that got a pension at the end anyway. You're not. A job is to help you get to the next goddamn step. I keep saying that. You're not supposed to be there for 60 years and shit. Like, man, you was there until you retired because you couldn't afford to, walk away. Like, you ain't worked for a job 30 years and at the end of your fucking life, the final quarter of your life, you got a $3,000 check per month, which would go further if you was in the Philippines or in Thailand or in Africa, but it's like, man, you can't even enjoy the American dream because they had you on that hamster wheel and you couldn't get off, man. They had you on that hamster wheel and you couldn't get off, and they had you good too. Blue collar work, they'll be working for the rest of their life. That's another industry that got a pension or a retirement check at the end. That's more, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with blue collar work. I respect it, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay to do that for a number of years, but then after a while, you gotta get off the fucking titty, man. Get off the milk. You gotta get out there and start your own thing, you know what I'm saying? And be your own boss, man. You feel what I'm saying? Be your own boss and be free. Look, I don't have to wake up like me, man, being homeless and stuff. I don't have to wake up to go to no job, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I eat 3 square meals a day. I got money in my pocket. I'm good. I'm good with the slavery for the rest of my life. When I was working DoorDash, man, I was going nowhere quick, bruh. When I was doing Uber and stuff, bruh, I felt like I was running up a hill or skating uphill. Just really ain't getting nowhere, bruh. That's a scam within itself. Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Uber Eats, all that stuff right there is a scam within itself. It'll keep you wanting more and more and more, and you'll never ever be able to save no money. And when it's time for tax season, you out there doing extra rides just so you can, so you can pay your taxes and shit. 3 months before tax season, you sweating bullets. I'm like, damn, how the hell I'm gonna pay all this taxes? I got $3,000 to pay off in taxes. So these jobs are fucking for guys who just don't know any better, man. And there's so much more out there. You got so much potential. If you just use your brain, you can make things work. You feel what I'm saying? Use your brain. You can retire with ease, bro, with no struggle. We retire good, endless vacations, bro. Endless vacations, party on. That's why dudes become millionaires and billionaires, bro. They get tired of, the system, bro. They get tired of being a robot or a drone. You know what I'm saying? They get tired of being a puppet. And they get tired of, always scared to, lose a job. Always staying on your P's and Q's and walking on eggshells all the time. They get tired of that, bro. They said, nah, I'm going to be a billionaire because I don't like people telling me what to do. Just like that billionaire said. That was his words, man. Just like that billionaire said. He said, I became a billionaire because I didn't like people telling me what to do. Who want to be told what to do by another human being, man. I don't. I don't like people telling me what to do. That's the reason why I don't have a job. I don't like people telling me what to do. I like to go and come and go as I please. So make sure, some people like to be puppets and drones and slaves, but not me. I'm free. I ain't got no job to go to. I worked all my life, bro, and I felt like I was going nowhere. I was an armed security guard for years. Man, they was paying me $13 an hour with a gun, bro. With a gun. $13 an hour, bro, back in 2012. That's poverty wages, bro. Now, what they paying the armed security guards now? $20 an hour, around that much. They should have had $20 an hour back in 2012. But they had me out there with a gun for $13 an hour, bro. And then in LA was worse. But LA was cheaper though to live. When I was in LA, they had me out there for $11 an hour as a security guard in a dangerous area, bro. In Highland Park. I could have died in Highland Park, bro. That shit was so dangerous, you couldn't even see the gangs, bro. The gangs, they stick to the shadows in LA, man. They're not out in the open. They don't wear colors anymore. You feel what I'm saying? I think I saw one gang member when I was out there patrolling. I saw one gang member out of patrolling Highland Park for like a year. I was out there for a year patrolling, being an armed security guard. Barely making it, bro. We get that check, man, you barely making it, bro. You know, they don't want to pay you a good pay, man, because they don't want you to go off and do your own thing. That's why they pay you so little, bro. It's to keep you here running after that carrot. You feel what I'm saying? Like this lady over here, bro, that works over here at this gas station. She'll be a store manager until she dies, bro. She'll be there working for the rest of her life. You feel what I'm saying? She'll be working until the end of her days, bro. She'll never be able to enjoy life. You're not enjoying life if you're working all the time, man. And basically not going anywhere. You're not saving money. You're not trying to get to the next step, which is start your own business or become a rock star or a rap star or become a actor in Hollywood. Like, you ain't going anywhere, man. You know, you use those puppet jobs, man, to get to where you really have to go in life. Don't stay there 30 years, bro. That means you didn't want to change. You just stayed the same for 30 years. You feel what I'm saying? You stayed there, worked your whole entire life, and ended up with a $3,000 pension or a $3,000 retirement check for the rest of your life. You feel what I'm saying? So some people like to be puppets, bro. They enjoy puppetry, bro. They keep you on that hamster wheel by paying you as little as possible. You feel what I'm saying? They keep you on that hamster wheel. And you be running in place for 30 years. Just running in place. For 30 years, you ran in place. You never got off the hamster wheel. You never got to see the world. You know, because you got to, look, man, if you tie down to a job, you're only going to be able to get two weeks per year of vacation time. So you're going to take those vacations every year. You might get to see Rome. You might get to see Egypt a little bit at a time. But you won't be able to go at your own pace. You won't be able to go at the rhythm of your own drum, the beat of your own drum. You won't be able to do all that. They got you trapped. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna pay you just enough. That's their deal, bro. I'm gonna pay you just enough, just enough to survive. Not save. We don't want you to save no money. We want you to keep working. Because Think about it, bro. The jobs you working, you're not able to save nothing. And that's how they want you, bro. Because if you're able to save, then you're able to get out from under their shadow. I'm gonna pay you just enough. Out here, we had to fight for minimum wage to go up. You feel what I'm saying? People started protesting, like, look, the cost of living is going up, but the pay ain't going up. You see what I'm saying? So now they really trying to do you dirty out here. If the cost of living goes up, the pay has to go up. It's only fair. You feel what I'm saying? So dudes is working for crumbs. Right now, minimum wage is what, $20 now an hour? That's minimum wage. Before it was like 15, bro, and people were complaining about that shit. Like, look, man, the cost of living going up, but the pay ain't going up. They're not worried about trying to give you more, man. They want you to stay on hamster wheel, bro. This society is built to keep you that way. It's built that way. You can look at it look how society is designed, bro. They're not paying you enough to even have you saving money. They pay you enough, just so you could get by. And speak of the devil, the guy that got fired, he's right there in front of Starbucks. I think that's his girlfriend that still works there, but he got fired from Starbucks just now, a couple of weeks ago. He was like, yeah, they got me. I don't know why they fired me for that, though. Out of all the things that I have done, they're gonna fire me for that? You feel what I'm saying? He right over there. And because you are at the mercy of somebody else, you know, when you lose a job, you're struggling to find another one. And you gotta fill out applications, and it's a struggle, bro. Having a job that don't pay enough, that's a struggle within itself right there. You're struggling. You're still struggling. That's not nothing, that's not easy living. That's not a better life. That's called struggling, bro. Some people never check to think like, God damn, I've been at this job for the last 10 years and I ain't really got nowhere. I've been running in place for 10 years. I gotta like figure out how I'm gonna save some money so I can invest it and do my own thing. I don't want to do somebody else's thing for the rest of their life, bro. Doing somebody else's thing, going at the beat of their drum, going at the beat of their drum. You feel what I'm saying? And some people don't like me talking about this. They like, man, this guy's ignorant, man. He's this, he's that. He's trying to free people. What's wrong with that, bro? What's up with it, man? He didn't hear me. That's the guy who got fired at Starbucks just recently. You know, he found another job that was better though, but they let him go. You know, for no reason. Well, for a stupid reason. Feel what I'm saying? And you always people, you know, hunting for you, man, because of your skin color and shit. Trying to get you fired all the time. When I was working, bro, I used to have to deal with that racism in the workplace all the time. And scared I was gonna get fired. And when I did get fired, I was so petrified of like, you know, I was so petrified of like what am I gonna do for pay my bills? What am I gonna do? I don't have much money saved. You see what I'm saying? What am I gonna do? And now that I'm doing my own thing, bro, I don't have that problem. And some people, they envy you because they gotta get up and go to work and you don't. You coming and going as you please. You do what you want to do. You feel what I'm saying? I've been doing that ever since I got deactivated from DoorDash. I was scared shitless. You guys remember when I got deactivated, I got online, I started looking for donations. I'm like, hit that Cash App, bro. Help me, Kelcat. Help Kelcat. I just lost the job, man. I got deactivated from DoorDash. And I was just hella stressed out, bro. I was stressed. But now I don't have to worry about that no more. Those stresses of getting fired from a job is over. Now I'm just looking to hit my jackpot and be able to live life as I see fit, man. My own vision, my own way of living, not somebody else's way. And it ain't like nobody has escaped the clutches of society. Look around you. There are people who have made it, bro, because they were determined to get out. You gotta have a hunger to get out, bro. You gotta want to get out, because time moves faster than you think. You feel what I'm saying? As long as you ain't got that bag, bro, you can always be limited, bro. You always won't be able to see the world. You won't be able to see parts of the world, experience different cultures and stuff like that. You'll never ever be able to do that. You're tied to a job that don't go anywhere. You're tied to a job that just, don't want you to be around out here doing your own thing. No, you can't do your own thing. Come to work. You gotta come to work. Come on, clock in. Come on. You're gonna be late one more time, I'm gonna write you up. I seen people over here at Starbucks get wrote up. He just writes you up. He was writing up the guy that he fired. You feel what I'm saying? Just now, I saw him get a write-up. I was sitting there in Starbucks doing my own thing, doing my own stuff. And I saw him get wrote up. I saw him, writing down on a piece of paper and handing it to him. I said, oh yeah, that's a write-up right there. But he in trouble, man. And I told him, I said, be careful, bro. They're always trying to fire you out here in these jobs. You know what I'm saying? They're always trying to fire you, for some reason. And he ended up what? He ended up getting fired, but I knew he was going to get fired, bro. Like, I knew he was going to get fired. I predicted his termination, bro. He got terminated. I knew he was going to get terminated. When I saw him working, I was like, I'm surprised they ain't trying to fire him yet, because he is half black. Or he looked like he had a quarter mixed up in there. You know what I'm saying? And I said, they're going to fire this guy, watch. And it happened. Because I know how people in the workplace are, though. You got any black in you. You half black, full black. They don't like working around you, so they're going to set you up and try to get you fired all the time. He had a target in his back while he was working. He had a target on his back while he was working, bro. He didn't know that. I have worked in all the industries, bro. I have worked in food, retail, security, okay? And for some reason, they were always trying to fire me and get me fired and get me in trouble. They set me up for no apparent reason. Getting like rid up, getting a write-up. Did I get a write-up when I was working at the drug rehab program? I can't remember if I did. I think I got a few write-ups. But it's just like people just having, that over your head, it just bothers the shit out of me, man. People having, just this, having leverage over you. Telling you what to do, when to be, what time you gotta be there. I haven't had a job in how many years, bro? Remember, I told you I got deactivated from DoorDash, and I got deactivated from Uber and Lyft. I worked for Uber for like a couple of years, and motherfuckers, they were trying to set me up and get me fired too. When I did something wrong or I said something I didn't like, they got straight on the phone and went to go report me to Uber. This guy said a cuss word during the line. Yeah, for real. The guy tried to report me because I was using harsh language that he didn't like. And I was like, okay. It's not really professional, but I like to talk however I want to talk, man, and be my own self. I don't want people to tell me that what I can't do and what I cannot do, or what I can do. I don't like people telling me what I can do and what I cannot do. I'm a free spirit. I've always been like that. I think when I was younger, my mother called me Boogie, man. That was my nickname when I was young, man. They called me Boogie because I was boogieing everywhere. I was everywhere. I felt like I wanted to be free. Boogie, Boogie, Boogie. Boogie's everywhere. He's everywhere. Boogie down production. Boogie. He's Boogie getting down. He was everywhere. I was walking around the house everywhere. That's why they called me Boogie coming up. That was my nickname. And I've been a free spirit since the beginning, man. I never wanted to be tied down to a job that wasn't going anywhere. I got tired of working for people, bro. I got tired of filling out applications and shit all the time. You know, when I lose a job, you start sweating bullets. Damn, I ain't got much saved. How much I got saved? I got about $2,000. That's all I got. I got 1 month of rent put away. 2 months rent, and you out there struggling, trying to find another job. That's how I ended up out here, bro. I couldn't find a job over there where I was at, so I had to like venture out to like San Jose and get a job out here because it was more job opportunities out here. That's how I ended up out here back in 2012. Back when I was working at the Great Mall as a mall cop. You feel what I'm saying? With the big ass hat and the Segways and shit. I fell off that Segway like twice. Them Segways are dangerous, bro. You'll fall down if you're not careful, bro. One time I flew off the motherfucking Segway. Like, basically about 10 feet away from the Segway. I flew 10 feet and I landed on my butt. Bam! That shit hurt. My tail hurt for like 2 or 3 days, man. I landed on my butt, and another time I fell off the Segway, bro. So I have always had these jobs that didn't really pay nothing and never really got me anywhere in life. You might as well not be working if you ain't got enough, man. If you ain't saving enough. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to save money out here. That's why they bring up the cost of living. They bring up the cost of living so you'll keep working and keep working and keep working. And you hit like 60, you're still working. You never retired. You stayed in the matrix your whole entire life without no freedom. You see what I'm saying? What's up with it, Rome? You feel what I'm saying? And I've been feeling more free than ever, bro. I wake up whenever I want to wake up in the morning, bro. I don't have to rush to no job, nothing like that. No, I'm never going back to the workplace. Never. Even if I did, I would get frustrated if I didn't like the manager or something like that. If I didn't like being told what to do. No, I'm good out here. I'm good the way I do things out here, man. They want to keep you in the matrix. It's designed that way. The cost of living ain't going up for no reason, bro. It's to keep you working, keep them poor, keep them running on that hamster wheel. And before you know it, they done got to be 60 years old, still on the hamster wheel, and never got off of it. You know, you want to grow in life, not stay in one spot. Like I said, some motherfuckers, they drive trucks for a living for 30 or 40 years and got a pension or a retirement check that ain't about shit. See what I'm saying? They want you to depend on the system. They don't want you to be free. You know what I'm saying? What's his name? Andrew Tate? He was talking about that, man. He said, I don't have to do nobody. I move at the own beat of my drum. I move at my own beat of the drum. My own drum. I get up as I please. I go to sleep whenever I want to. I come and go, you know, whenever I want to. I'm not tied down to your slavery job. Because it ain't nothing but modern slavery, bro. The jobs nowadays, it ain't nothing but modern slavery. It keeps you on that hamster wheel, bro. You ever notice you ain't saving no money? You ain't got 10, 15,000 saved? They don't want you to save money, bro. Because if you can save money, you can move on from him. Eventually, if you got $30,000 or $40,000 saved up, man, you can get your own thing going. You got $100,000 saved, you can do your own thing, bro. You can be free from their matrix. They don't want too many people being free. They want that tax money, man. I'm telling you, it's all about the taxes. That's how the country eats, bro. It's through tax. And they'll make it impossible, or nearly impossible, for you to escape. But it is possible. You just got to be smart. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be smart. And when you're intelligent, you're smart, you can beat the odds and beat them. And they'll be like, hey, how is he doing his own thing? He got out of the matrix. How the fuck did he do that? The nigga was smart. He saw your plan. He saw what you was trying to do, was keep him locked into the matrix with no money. If I went back to working right now as an armed security guard, I would not be happy at all. Matter of fact, I probably worked like 2 weeks and quit. I'm like, I don't like this manager here. I don't like him. I'm done. I quit. And it feels good to be like, yes, I quit. Feels good. You hit a jackpot, you can tell a motherfucker, kiss my ass. I can quit now. I don't have to be tied to your fucking shit, bro. Some motherfuckers are not meant to be followers and order takers and shit like that. Some people are not meant for that, bro. Not everybody, a job is not meant for everybody. Owning something is for some people. Some people want to own shit, bro. So they save their money up and they invest their money in a business or something that they're trying to own. They're trying to escape the clutches of being under somebody else's shadow. But that's what you're doing your whole entire life. You're under somebody else's shadow. And they telling you what to do all the time. And then you never get anywhere. Your check be a grand, 1,500 bucks, $2,000, every single week. You get a $2,000 check. To me, that ain't no money, bro. Or $2,000 every 2 weeks. You're making $4,000 a month. That's poverty for me, bro. And I see why, motherfuckers like Diddy, and even though he on trial for some stupid shit, but I'm talking about how he was his own boss and came and go as he pleased. Because some people just wanna, they wanna give orders. They don't wanna take them. Like, some people have a problem with other people telling them what to do. Like, I can see why Diddy didn't wanna give Cassie any money. I'm pretty sure she hounded him for that money before she went to the public and snitched on him. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure. But Diddy, in his own mind, he was thinking like, she ain't my boss. She can't tell me what to do. That was her main shit, the reason why he didn't give her the money. That was the main reason why he didn't give her the money. Because some people are bosses and some people are employees, okay? Order takers, people who take orders. Some people don't have that gut to take orders from other people, so they go out and they become successful and make hundreds of millions of dollars or billions of dollars because they can't stand for other people to tell them what to do. Mark Zuckerberg, Betty couldn't stand other people telling him what to do. Donald Trump couldn't stand, telling them what to do. Jay-Z couldn't stand to couldn't stand other people telling him what to do. So they went out and did their own thing and became bosses of their own world, man. They're in total control of their own destiny, bro. Same thing. 50 Cent. I always talk about him. Couldn't stand, other people telling him what to do. So he went out and he did his own thing. Nobody's over his head telling him that he needs to come to work. He needs to clock in. 50 Cent ain't had a regular job in years, even though he was a drug dealer. He pretty much would probably been free from the system for almost all his life. You feel what I'm saying? He's been free. He ain't going to go clock in no job. Why? Because he did music, did acting, and now he doing his own show called Power or whatever. He's doing his own thing, bro. He's going at the pace of his own drum, bro. He's going at the beat of his own drum. I get up, I go shoot the movie whenever I feel like it. If I'm late, oh well, they gotta wait for me. This is my shit. You feel what I'm saying? So they start doing their own thing. Even actors, they gotta take orders and stuff too. But they getting a pretty penny, $20 million per flick. Boxers, thing. But they probably fight like once or twice a year and then get to take the rest of the year off to go travel and do the things that they want to do before they die. You only got a certain amount of time. I want to see the world before I die, man. I don't want to be trapped in this system, bro. I want to travel and experience different cultures and see the world before I die. I don't want to be trapped here trapped here in a job that's keeping me tied down and only getting me 2 weeks of vacation time. And while you're working, you're basically building up vacation time. So you don't start off with just 2 weeks. You work up to that 2 weeks, and then you go and have fun for 2 weeks, and then you bring it back your ass back home to work. Go right back to work after 2 weeks of having fun in the sun. Like I said, a job and being a puppet or being somebody's slave is not for everybody, bro. Look at all the billionaires out there. They'll tell you the same thing. They'll say, I got a problem with people telling me what to do. Diddy, same thing. Had a problem with people telling him what to do. Jay-Z got a problem with other people telling me what to do. I want to be my own boss. You see what I'm saying? And he's been his own boss for many, many years now. He don't have to go fill out applications for a job no more, bro. He's set for life. He got enough money. You're not struggling. You know what I'm saying? Working a job is struggling. That's called struggling. A job that's paying $20 an hour, that's struggling. That's not good living, bro. I'm working right now. I'm working myself up so I don't have to take orders from nobody, bro. Matter of fact, I haven't been taking no orders from nobody in like years. I'm feeling free right here. You know what I'm saying? I go and come as I please, bro. Not everybody is meant to take orders. No, it's not for everybody. That's why motherfuckers become millionaires, because they don't want to be told what to do by another human being. I'm sorry. I just like you know. Sorry, bro. You heard what I'm saying? So you'll be working that hamster wheel job for the rest of your life. You could talk about me or whatever, how I'm doing this and doing that, and how come I ain't got this. But bro, you'll be working that job for the rest of your life. What triggered me to make this video is because a motherfucker said something to me today that was in a work truck, basically. I don't know what he did, but he definitely was working or whatever. And he drove by, he said something to me, and I was like, motherfucker, you would be working that job for the rest of your life. I could get up whenever I feel like it. What about you? You gotta get up and you chain to that job, bro. You chain to it. They got you. You'll be looking at that retirement like, God damn, this is not enough. Okay, I gotta still work. Like $3,000 is not keeping up with the fucking cost of living. And as the years go by, the cost of living will keep on rising, bro. Before you know it, it's gonna be $20 Happy Meals at McDonald's, $25 number ones. I keep on seeing the prices going up and up and up and up and up. Okay? That road got a dip in it. So when a heavy truck that's carrying something, a big load or whatever, it hit that dip. It makes that loud noise and shit. Your plan is to work these raggedy jobs for only a few years and then break off and do your own thing. You don't want to be taking orders, bro, your whole entire life. You want to be your own boss. Even like YouTube. YouTube is some motherfucker's boss, bro, because you can't say anything on YouTube. I got my shit demonetized a while back because I said something that YouTube didn't like. So they've been demonetized this shit, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So even if you making money on YouTube, YouTube is your boss. They censor you. They want to censor you, bro. They don't want you to be saying stuff like, fuck all women and shit. They don't want you to be saying stuff like that. All women are whores and sluts. They don't want you to say stuff like that. I think I got my channel demonetized because I had made a video saying that was it all women are whores or something like that. Boy, it got some views, but I got demonetized, man, because I had said that. So I was like, fuck YouTube. You don't work from. That's what I'm saying. Another thing is like YouTube, like I said, YouTube is a boss. because they can demonetize your channel anytime they feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, fresh and fit, fresh and fit, bro. They got demonetized by saying some stupid shit, meaning that you still have a boss. You're working for YouTube. You feel what I'm saying? You're working for YouTube now. YouTube is dictating everything. Okay. You know, as long as you keep it clean, you can stay on the payroll. But the moment you step out of bounds and say something off the wall that YouTube don't like, they demonetize your channel. They take your money from you, and you don't want to be that. You don't want to be tied down to a job, bro. Like, you feel what I'm saying? You don't want to be tied down like that, even YouTube. You feel what I'm saying? Too many motherfuckers got demonetized thinking they can say this whatever and feel like they got the freedom to say whatever. Nah, it's not like that. YouTube, they censor you. You know what I'm saying? And these motherfuckers out here, like I said, man, they'll be working for their whole entire life. They'll never escape the matrix. Like I said, who wants to work though, bro? Do you really want to work? I don't. You're forced to work because you have to. You gotta work. You gotta pay bills. You gotta stay alive. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta keep a roof over your head. You feel what I'm saying? But bet you if you hit a jackpot of, $30-40 million, I bet you'd be quitting then, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody, they'll talk shit about you and shit like that, but the moment they hit a jackpot, a huge multi-billion-dollar jackpot, the first thing what they do, they quit their job. Don't have to come to work no more. You see what I'm saying? Because nobody wants to work. Nobody. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be anybody's puppet. It's better to be free than be somebody's puppet. You feel what I'm saying? like on was it Rocky V, when Tommy Gunn came into that bar and confronted Sylvester Stallone, Rocky, right? He was like, man, people call me a robot. I'm nobody's puppet, nobody's boy. You know what I'm saying? People call me a robot, bro. People call me your robot. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like being free, bro. Ain't nothing like being free. Even me down like this, being homeless or whatever. Man, I'm not a puppet, and I don't have to get up to no job, bro. I go to sleep, and I can stay out all night if I want to, man. Wake up, scratch my ass, pass gas, whenever I want to. Get up, get out here, walk around, have dinner, do as I please, man. And everybody else say, yes sir, yes sir. They got jobs and stuff to go to, and stuff like that. Getting fired for no apparent reason. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I lost my job, man. Motherfuckers didn't like me in that job. I knew it. I knew they were gonna try to fire me. But like I said, like this one guy here, man, I think he's like half black. He's a quarter? I can tell he's mixed. And I walked in, I saw him, I was like, I'm surprised they haven't like tried to fire this guy yet. And speak of the devil, and lo and behold, he got fired. I was like, I knew he was gonna get fired. I knew it. I knew he was gonna get fired, bro. I predicted that because I know how society is, bro. They always working against you as a black man to get fired. They're trying to fire you all the time. I don't understand that, bro. You get a job, you're trying to be legit, and they're gonna try to push you out of a job. I done had that happen to me so many times when I was working them whack jobs, bro. I done had so many motherfuckers try to get me fired and fuck with me on jobs and stuff all the time. Even people of my own race trying to get me fired. Like when I was working at at the Great Mall, near San Jose, bro. And when the moment I got out here, bro, There was some lady that worked that night, and she trained me for like maybe like a couple of months, and she was still after a while trying to give me orders and stuff. I'm like, look, I know this job already. You don't have to like tell me how to do the job. You trained me. I already know. I know. And she got mad because I didn't want to take the orders from her, man. You feel what I'm saying? And then when she tried to do, she tried to get me fired. So what I did was I switched to daytime. I didn't want to work with her at night no more. I told the boss, I said, I don't want to work with her no more. She's very hard-headed and stubborn and very commanding, or she's very she wants to run me during the shift, and tell me what to do and stuff all the time. And she's not my boss. So I switched to daytime because I couldn't work with her, bro. And that was hard work for only what? Was it $11 an hour, $12 an hour working at the mall as a mall cop? That mall is huge, bro. You need a Segway to get around. And sometimes you're walking. Sometimes you're not taking a Segway. You're walking. You feel what I'm saying? You're doing your rounds and shit like that. And I done got fired from other security jobs too, man. Well, I quit that job. It was too hard, man. For only $11 an hour? I worked there for a year, bro. And I was just like, no, I'm good with this. This shit is too hard, bro. And I worked another job, man, a security job, man. And boy, they couldn't wait to try to get me fired. I remember the whole entire time I was working that security job, I was skating on thin ice. And as soon as I messed up once, all of a sudden they want me to be removed and shit. This was back when I was working security. I messed up once and they wanted to remove me and put me at another location and shit. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it's hard work being a mall cop, because the mall is huge, bro. And when you walking on feet, that just exhausts you. You're just walking throughout the whole entire mall, and then you got like thieves and stuff. You had the Rainbow Girls stealing shit all the time over there in San Francisco. When I was working as an armed security guard, I was working as an armed security guard with the vest and everything. They called them the Rainbow Girls, and you had to watch the merchandise because they'll run inside the store and steal the clothing off the mannequins and stuff. Okay, they'll run in and steal, even smash and grab. That's why San Francisco has been boarded up almost like a ghost town, because all the stealing right now. You feel what I'm saying? And I remember having to deal with the Rainbow Girls, basically a bunch of black women with curly hair that was colored and shit. And we called them the Rainbow Girls. And I was working there and shit, had to deal with them. And then one of the people, one of the security guards, me and him got into it. And another black man, we got into it over there at Cartier, okay? I don't know why, I forgot, but me and him we had locked horns for a minute, and he was screaming at me and stuff, and I was like, what? I'm like, bro, don't be screaming at me, bro. That's the stuff I had to deal with when I was working. And now I don't have that stress no more. I don't have to get up and do nothing, I get up whenever I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? And I get up at 6 a.m. anyway, like I do, like a job anyway. So I'm not sleeping all day long, bro. Like today I wanted to sleep some more, but I was like, nah, get up. We gotta take care of some business. We gotta chase this bag. We gotta get this money. You feel what I'm saying? So we won't be a puppet for the rest of our lives. I'm not built to be a puppet. I'm one of them future billionaires or future millionaires, bro, right now at this point. Because I don't want to be somebody's puppet. I don't like people telling me what to do. So I'm getting this bag so I can have the freedom to tell a motherfucker to piss off. I'm doing my own thing here. I don't need your job. I don't need to fill out an application to work for you. Fuck you. Feels good to say that, bro. Not being a goddamn puppet for the rest of your life. Niggas, everybody out here want to be puppets. They want to be drones and robots. they fucking install, or like program you to be a certain way, the way that how they like it. Nah, I'm my own man. I don't like people telling me what to do. Get off me. Just get your paws off me and leave me alone. I like doing my own thing and I don't have to worry about no fucking write-ups or nothing like that in the workplace. All that fucking shit that I was going through when I was working, I don't have to worry about that shit no more, bro. You gotta worry about the write-ups. You gotta worry about getting there on time or you'll get fired. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go you gotta go at the rhythm of somebody else's drum. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta do that. I don't have to do that no more. And you get jealous because I don't have to do that, bro? Fuck out of here, bro. The motherfuckers be hating. Man, I gotta get up and bust my ass. And this motherfucker right here, he get to get up whenever he feels like it. Man, I can't believe it. Well, you can do the same thing too, bro. But you choose to be a puppet. That's your choice, nigga. You choose to be a puppet. You choose to be a puppet. You choose to be part of the system, bro. You're not trying to work your way out. You stay in there for life, bro. Like the title of this video, some people will be working until they drop. They will never get out of the matrix. Many years will pass by, they'll never get out. See what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly, bro. It's better to move this way, man. If you in the matrix right now, you got a whack job that's not really paying you shit, bro. And if you're able to save money, do it. While you're going after your goals, do it. Save as much as you possibly can, and then make your own moves, bro. Don't stay stagnant your whole entire life. Save as much money as you possibly can, because you'll never get out if you don't. Like with me right now, dude, I could walk in the store and buy a $20 ticket per day for my numbers. You know what I'm saying? I could take that risk because all I got is a phone bill, bro. Matter of fact, I gotta pay this phone bill in a couple of days. It's due on the 14th. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go pay my phone bill and that's it. That's all I gotta pay, man. I don't got no other bills, man. I ain't got no card notes. I ain't got shit like that. I got a fresh start. So I could take risk. You feel what I'm saying? That's gonna allow me to get the fuck out of the matrix and be doing my own thing, man. Being my own boss. It's just like that one billionaire said. He said, I became a billionaire because I don't like other people telling me what the fuck to do. I mean, he didn't say that what the fuck, but you know what I mean. He said, I became a billionaire because I don't like people telling me what to do. And some people don't like being told what to do. That's some people's mindset. Some people were born bosses, bro. They were born leaders, natural born leaders and shit, bro. Running at the, moving at the same, moving at their own rhythm of the drum, man. Their own rhythm. They got their own shit going on. And some people are followers. Some people take orders. They like to do that. You know what I'm saying? But some people are not built for that. Now everybody likes to take an order, man. You feel what I'm saying? Not everybody is built to take orders. Some people, they want to be bosses. They don't want anybody over them. Can you understand Diddy's mindset? He didn't like people. You could tell he didn't like people over him, bro. He didn't like being told what to do. And basically he was. When he was free, Diddy was his own boss. He was like, nobody telling me what to do. I'm moving at this, my own rhythm. And some people will be jealous of that, by the way. By your success, and they stuck in the matrix and they can't move. You gotta be really watching. You gotta really watch them. Really watch yourself, man. This guy, man, he wakes up anytime he feels like it. This motherfucker must be lazy or something. He gotta be lazy. No, I'm not lazy. I'm smart. I don't like people telling me what to do. I like going, at the sound of my own drum, bro. I like to go at my own rhythm. I don't like going, I don't know, I'm good. That's why I'm chasing this bag right now. so I can have freedom, bro. Freedom from this matrix, bro. And I can stay in the matrix and be free too. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to go overseas and be free. I be in the matrix and be free too, doing my own thing. Never did like those jobs anyway, man. All the jobs I had were bullshit, dead-end jobs that didn't lead to anywhere. Some of them didn't even have retirement funds. You working at Giant Burger or you working at In-N-Out Burger, bro, you'll be there working for the next 20 years and you'll never get out. You basically running on that hamster wheel, bro. It's called a hamster wheel for a reason, bro. You just running. you running in place and not going anywhere. You ain't building no muscle. You ain't getting better at nothing. It's like many years go by and you're stuck at that same job. Probably you only got a few raises. You know, you're driving the same car. You're not making it to the next level. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't got up and did your own thing. You've been trapped for the last 30 years. That's that, man. That's pitiful, bro. How dudes that never got out of the struggle. They struggled their whole entire lives, bro, because they refuse to look at themselves as a boss instead of a motherfucking goddamn employee. You know, some people been working jobs like for years, bro. Like, I know this dude. I think he still works there, man. The dude that I used to do music with, he was working at an old folks retirement home or something like that, or I think it was a retarded home for the retarded, right? Because I used to hear like the retarded people in the background when I used to talk to him on the phone. I think he's still working there, but he worked there for years, bro. Back when we was chasing the music dream, you know, he was working there. He was working there for years. And I think he still works there, bro. That means he's been working there for 15 years, bro. 16, 17 years, something like that. The last time I was talking to him, he was working there in 2008. And I think he still works there. Last time I checked, he was still working there. Like last time when did I talk to him, man? Last time I talked to him, I was still with my girl or something, or me and her broke up or something. Yeah, I think me and her broke up at that time. That was back in 2013, 2012, somewhere around there. And he was still working there. And he'd been working there for 10 years already. Like, he was working there in the early 2000s, back when I started music, and I started to chase the music dream back in the early 2000s. I was around 22 years old, 23, when I started making beats. And I used to go over his house, and he had that same job. And 10 years went by, he had that same job. Never moved, never made any adjustments, never made any progress. He just stayed in place on that hamster wheel for 10 years, bro. No money saved, bro. Had to move in with his mom because the cost of living was so goddamn great. And he had to pay child support because he had knocked up his girlfriend and his wife at the same time, bro. Or his mistress or his side piece. Like, how do you knock up the side piece, bro? I can see you knocking up your wife. But, bro, you were just busting nuts inside the coochie for no apparent reason? Just for no reason, just letting loose inside the coochie. Don't get me wrong, I've been guilty of that, busting nuts inside the coochie. But my girlfriend had birth control, man. She had birth control and that little diaphragm with the string on it in her coochie. I used to stick my dick in there. I could feel the diaphragm in there, man. You know, that was a form of birth control. And I was doing that, but you know, so we wouldn't get pregnant, so I wouldn't get her pregnant. But he was just letting loose inside the coochie without no birth control, without no condoms, and that just fucked up his whole entire future career, man, in music. Because he was on the music rhyme just like I was. Just fucked that up, man. And now he got to work that sorry job at the retarded home. You know, but he had to take care of a bunch of retarded people, change their diapers and stuff, because the retarded people couldn't change their own. They couldn't use the bathroom like regular people. They had to wear diapers and shit. So he had to do that job for 10 years straight, and I'm pretty sure he's still there. Just fucked up his future. Just fucked it up for no apparent reason, bro. And now he gotta take orders for the rest of his life. He ain't gonna never see the world, bro. He ain't gonna never get the bag. You feel what I'm saying? He's gonna be a puppet for the remaining years, man. Forever, bro. He's gonna never ever get to see any type of success in life. And me and him, we talked about music all the time. We was like, man, we were so like infatuated with music. We was making beats, making tracks and stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? We was just so hungry, man, at one point. But you gotta understand something. You know, he threw his dreams away when he knocked them 2 bras up. Paying child support for like 18 years straight. That'll keep you stagnant like a motherfucker. Because you can't save any money to make moves. It's a done deal, bro. I got mad at him when he did that. I was like, bro, what the hell? What the hell did you do? Why'd you do that, bro? You knocked up your wife and you knocked up the side piece. At the same time, nigga, they both got pregnant at the same time. So that means you was basically like letting off nut in both of them and, and at the same time. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, dude, how stupid can you be to do something like that? And now he can never take no risk. He's stuck like Chuck for the rest of his life, or at least for 18 years. For both, he had to pay for both kids, nigga. Child support too. Like, bro, you was born stupid, bro. You was born stupid. Now you gotta work that job for the rest of your life. You can't pursue music anymore because it takes money to fucking pursue music, bro. You need to travel to like events in LA, ASCAP conventions, and you gotta take risks. Live off top ramen and hot dogs and save money so you can save money for music equipment and upgrading the music equipment. You know, you got to upgrade the music equipment too, and some add-ons and sampling hardware and all that other shit. You know, you gotta travel places where they got music conventions at. You need money to travel. You ain't gonna be able to do that when you got 2 kids to pay for, bro. You just fucked up your music career, your future music career, for no apparent reason. No apparent reason. You fucked that all up. Now you gotta be a puppet for the rest of your life, bro. Anyway, I gotta end this live, man. I'm done with the rant. Cause I went on a rant because some motherfucker said some shit to me, man. I don't want to repeat what he said, but you guys can get my drift. You know, when they see you out here, you know, moving at your own rhythm of your own drum, moving at the beat of your own drum, they don't like that. They don't like that, bro. They're gonna hate because they got to work and be a puppet, and you don't have to. Anyway, you guys have a good day. Peace out, take care, and bless. I'm out.